Are you one of those people that were up late last night on the Googler typing in how to fix restless legs? Are you in bed and you have that urge that you need to move and need to move and need to move, and when you get settled, you need to move? Well, that's what they call restless legs, even if it's not in your legs. Would you believe that John and I can help you live today with that? Today, we're going to explain to you how this restlessness in your legs could be a baseball-sized emotion just rattling around. We're going to help you identify and delete it for you today. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to our monthly first day of the month, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. We are here with the Releasing Negative Emotions show. We're on episode 270. My name is Michael Loge. I live in beautiful Victoria, BC, and I'm an emotion code practitioner, and I release negative emotions on your behalf, telephone, email, or on the Zoomer. And I'm here with John every 270 episodes. John, say hello and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Hey, if you're watching live, say hello. We always love to know where people are watching from. My name is John Inverarity, certified emotion code, body code, belief code practitioner. I'm in Vancouver, help people all over the world with various aches, pains, mental health concerns, physical concerns, restless legs. We do see a lot of this in our practice day to day. So excited to dig into this one.
Yeah.
We'll be looking for a couple volunteers as always. So tag your friend that is got the restless legs, kicking the legs, even if it's maybe even some cramping up in the feet, calves, that kind of a thing. That's sometimes connected. But yeah, again, say hello. Let us know if you're watching live.
When I looked up restless legs, because it's kind of a clinical term and some people don't really use it, and then the Googler said the urges to keep moving your legs, and I thought no one says that, but that's exactly what it is, right? Even if you said I'm not going to move my leg, and there's just an urge, and then of course it disrupts sleep. And John and I are looking for volunteers to help you do that today. Now, for those of you that are watching this and thinking, hey, I'd love to catch them live so I can volunteer, we have different topics. We've done 270 topics. We've only repeated a handful of topics with all of these. So if you're a practitioner, go back and look at them and listen to our approach and listen to what people say, just to really get familiar with this industry and business. And if you are listening and watching live, John and I would love to be your emotion code practitioner. We both have different skill sets and different approaches. But at the end of the day, we have a unique ability to connect with you and identify this bugger right here, which is an unprocessed ball of energy on that chart, and delete it with the magnet. Hello? That's our skill set. We're going to demonstrate that today. John, again, tell our friends if they're volunteering today, what we would like to hear from them.
Yeah, so have to be watching live. And a little bit of context, severity. So 10 out of 10 is, the worst possible, according to you. Our goal is to reduce that. Of course, we're not going to really know until you follow up, in a day or two here.
Yeah.
But yeah, just volunteer live, give us a severity, how bad is it? And simple as that.
Yes. Now, I'm looking at a message here on LinkedIn, and it's from Lynn. And she said, hi from Haynesville, Illinois. Thank you for helping with restless legs. Did you help Lynn with restless legs, or is she asking? Now, hey, Lynn, if you're watching, if you'd like some help with restless legs, you can volunteer. She is live on LinkedIn right now. Like John just said, what is the severity? And does it happen all the time? Mostly this is a nighttime thing, but give us some more context. I'll be checking for Lynn here on LinkedIn. And if you're watching live, let us know. So while we're collecting another volunteer, I want to show you a couple of things for today. Where'd it go? Now, if you're a business owner or you're starting a business or want to be in business, hook up with me on LinkedIn. And every Thursday morning, I'm doing a LinkedIn audio. What does that mean? Well, you go to your phone, you go to LinkedIn, and it'll be like this, but without the video. And I will be releasing negative emotions live during LinkedIn. Well, I've been doing it for a couple months now. This week's topic, do you have money blocks? Do you have any blocks to receiving money? Any resistance to receiving money? Hashtag, yes, you do. And you don't mean to, but it's an old belief that you learn. Money's hard to get. My family never made more than $10, or these little stories that you heard form your beliefs. Join me this Thursday. Get in the queue. I can work with 10 people in 1 hour. Again, the link went in the chat there. Join me on LinkedIn. And every Thursday, I'm doing a free Releasing Negative Emotion event for business people. I have one coming up on writer's block, creativity block. I have one coming up on procrastination, putting off projects. So hang out with me on LinkedIn. And I think there was one more I wanted to show, or maybe that was it. And again, I think we've got some volunteers showing us today. There we go. I'm going to turn off that one on the bottom there. So welcome everybody again. If you're joining us, John and I are here today to demonstrate the process of relieving your physical pain that likely could be, we're going to find out shortly, caused by this. It's an unprocessed emotion. So John, I'm going to, we'll have some new people today because people are finding us when they're typing in restless legs. So we're going to start from the beginning. Tell our friends, I'm going to show the signs of how we do this process because people want to know, starting with, we become their proxy. What does that mean?
So we're the practitioners and we act as a proxy on your behalf. So you are, in your home, on your couch, and we're in our homes and we connect up to you proxy. So that, invisible connection, we do it on your behalf. That is what we call the proxy connection.
It's like if we were going to vote on your behalf or do something, you say, "Hey, Michael and John, can you check in with my subconscious mind, find the emotion, and delete it for me because I don't know how." Well, that's what we do. But what does that even mean? We talk. John and I, we're not psychic and we're not guessers and we don't have little voices in our ears. We're actually using what's called muscle testing to help get the answer. What does that mean, John?
So after we connect up to you, we start muscle testing, and it kind of looks like this. So we're asking yes or no questions. Asking your subconscious mind yes or no questions. Is there a trapped emotion, contributing to, restless legs? And so we're muscle testing to get a yes or no answer. So then once we get, assuming it is a yes, then we go from there. Is it in column A, column B? And we'll demonstrate this today with the volunteer.
Yeah, we'll walk through it for you. Our subconscious mind has stored everything. There's a file folder in everything you touched, tasted, smelled, experienced, and it knows everything. And John and I are the best file folder finders ever. And with our yes and no, is it this? Is it that? Is it this? Is it this chart, this chart, this chart, this chart? And real fast, and you won't hear all of our questions because we were asking hundreds of them. And then when we find it, we find the golden unprocessed emotion. John, can you redefine what that means, an unprocessed emotion? What does that mean?
Yeah, so we do carry emotions with us, unprocessed emotions, and they form little balls of energy. You can't see them, but you can feel them. They're rattling around in our necks or in our in our legs, and you can feel it, right? You can definitely feel it when it's cleared. So trapped emotion, unprocessed emotion from a past negative event, some sort of stress or trauma that you experienced, didn't process, and now it's trapped within you. So your body, keeps hold of that. A lot of the time it's around the heart. We've done lots of heart wall episodes, but in this case, we're looking for people with, restless legs, always moving around. And
thinking, I don't really get that, or I'm not sure if I believe that. Well, let's find the common denominator. Are you one of those people that have said this, that you carry stress in your shoulders? Well, what did you think that was? Sometimes it's like, oh, that is but you didn't know it was a ball of energy, but that's where the energy went. Imagine this ball of energy tucked under the skin. No wonder it's sore. So, John, I got an update from Lynn on here on LinkedIn, and I'm going to help Lynn out. Lynn, Hallen. She said she's probably a 4 or a 6. Well, that's still annoying. Even if it's a 1, it's like a toothache. Whether it's a 1 or a 10, it still hurts. Most nights, but I've had when awake. So, one of the, it'd be nice if we could just sit anywhere, John, and work with anybody that walks by, but it doesn't really work with that way. Tell us about this.
Yeah, we get permission. So with our volunteers, that's definitely permission, asking for help. Yeah.
And then what?
So the process of connecting up, identifying the trapped emotion, brings it to the surface. So that's part of it. We need to know what emotion it is, so we identify it, And then we take a magnet, swipe it over the governing meridian, starts around there, and it goes up over the head. So the magnet amplifies our intention to clear out the trapped emotion. So clearing it out, just a couple swipes over the governing meridian looks like this. It's a refrigerated magnet.
That can dilute this energy, this ball of energy.
Yeah.
And John, when people go get an X-ray, and the X-ray doctor says, we don't see anything. How come? Because it's energy. That's why you can't see it. So I'm going to start my little ritual. Remember the days of AOL, if some of you remember that? Remember the dial-up tone, and had to search back and forth? Well, I'm actually doing that right now. And I'm looking for Lynn Halen, and she's given me her permission, so that's a check off. And I live on the west coast of Canada on an island. I don't think she's here. She's in Haynesville, Illinois. So I'm just doing my little ritual right now, but I'm going to test my own self to say, so am I Michael Loge? No. Am I connected to Lynn? Is it Lynn Smith? No. Is it Lynn Halen? Yes, that's a yes. There's a better. That's a yes, that's a no. So am I Michael? Am I Lynn Smith? Am I Lynn Halen? Yes. I'm just going to work down here. So I've got a connection with Lynn. Now what am I doing? This. I'm file folder surfing. First, I'm going to load up one long question. And because I'm Lynn's proxy, I'm going to say it as if she's asking the question. So, I was telling Michael about my restless leg. It's usually between a 4 and 6, mostly at night. How many nights does this happen to me? Over 1? Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over 7? No. Under 7? What is it? 7. Okay. So we're just gathering stats now. So we're collecting file folders, and Lynn's subconscious mind says 7 nights a week. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the severity it can get to? Meaning making me move and jitter and have this urge and move again and move again. From 1 to 10, what's the average discomfort? Lynn said it's between a 4 and a 6, but we'll see what the real boss says, right? The subconscious mind. It doesn't get over a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, over 6, over 7, over 8. It doesn't get over 8. It gets to an 8. Right. Okay. Good. Got lots of stats, but now this is the question of all questions. That's a yes or no, is the 7, 8, 9, 10, 7 days a week, restless legs, something that feels like that? Is it 100% emotions? Is it 99? Not 99%. It's 100. Okay. It feels like a little board game or a little video game. We're getting lots of yeses. So far, we've got it. 100% of this nightly pain that goes to a 7, 8, or 9 is 100% caused by these. Here's the next question. Does Michael have them all? Okay. Okay, we're doing good, Lynn. Hang in there. Okay. And for an average, what might be the number? Because once I get in there, I might stir up other files. But how many files can I be looking for? I mean, how many unprocessed emotions? Is it more than, not even done this sentence. Is it more than 1? No. Is it over 1? No. Is it 1? Yes. So here's the key question here, and if you're a practitioner, you might want to write it down. Is there nervous system disruption causing this problem? Now, I want you to think, and look at Buddy in the background here. I want you to imagine there's a baseball-sized emotions trapped in the leg. And it's like a debris on the subway line. The train stopped running. And like a kink in a garden hose, this ball is causing the energy not to flow through. I'm just going to check all my work again. So is it true? This is yeses. Is it true that 100% of my problem is caused by a nervous system disruption that's creating this discomfort, that's causing me to move and move and move? How many emotions is it? Under 5, 4, 3, 2, under 2, yes. Under 1, over 1, 1. Oh, I think I already found that. Okay. And John, I'm going to call on you to explain this. I already asked earlier, so I know the answer. Is this mine? No. Did I inherit it from my mom or from my dad? I absorbed it. John, tell our friends what that means, an absorbed emotion.
So it was originally someone else's emotion, and then maybe you're around them, helping them out, and then you took that on, and now it's yours. Also could be like your reaction, like someone's like really frustrated, and then you're feeling it, and you're getting frustrated too, and then that's kind of another terminology if you can relate to that. And
then think of first responders, nurses, doctors, hospital staff, ambulance drivers. they're around lots of energy charge, so they tend to absorb. And the term PTSD in my conversion, that means I've absorbed unprocessed emotions that keep popping up and popping up and popping up and popping up. And that's what's happening with our friend Lynn here. I'm just still connected to Lynn, even though I was saying all those things. Okay, it sounds like there's one absorbed emotion that's creating my nervous system disruption, and Michael has it on the chart. Yes. Is it on the blue chart behind him? It's not. Is it on a trauma chart? Yeah, so there's the blue chart, and then there's another chart. There's like 90 on this chart, okay? And I'm gonna ask the question, is it in column A? Oh, it's not. See how I'm narrowing it down? So is it column B? No, it's not. Is it column C? Yes. Is it row 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Is it row 2? No. Is it C1? Is it column C on the trauma chart, box number 1? And I'm not even looking at it, but is it word 1, 2, 3, 4? Did I absorb someone's trauma of C4, which is, did I absorb someone's trauma of indignation? So right now,
So that's magnet going over the governing meridian.
Yeah.
Clear that out.
Imagine that's the entry point. I don't want to take this on, and I'm pulling it from her, so I'm deleting it. I'm relieving this absorbed trauma of indignation. I don't even know what that word means. Sometimes we look it up during a session. But releasing this, and it had nothing to do with her, so it might not even make sense to her because it wasn't hers. So I'm still swiping. I like to do it about 50 or 60 times and then just check my work. I imagine absorbed emotions like a big gray old blanket. It's just kind of hanging over us a little bit. So I want to check my work. So did I release fully that one emotion absorbed? Is there anything else? No. So let's do some math. I want to go back to the last 365 days. And I want to go to every night or day that my body had any change or any reaction or any urge to move outside of its normalcy. Sometimes we call that restless leg, or something that feels or looks like it. In the last 365 days, how many emotions ever always caused it do I still have? Under 5, 4, 3, under 2, under 1, under 0, over 0, 0. So is it true that 100% of that all these nights' problems was one same emotion? It's almost like it wakes up at night and starts to hunt around, going on a little trail, and that's the restlessness. That's my cartoon interpretation of that. So is it okay for me to anticipate and expect tonight and today, I might even forget to notice it, but I will be void of any discomfort like this. Is that okay? Is it safe? Am I worthy? Do I believe it? And am I done? Yes. Anything else? No. I'm just going to disconnect. Okay.
Well done. Yeah.
I think that made sense, right? This nervous system, it was a ball of energy on the nervous track that was stopping everything from being nice and smooth. Oh, by the way, John, I find this comes up a lot when people talk about having that sharp electrical pain. You ever hear them call that? Like it just comes out of nowhere. Well, it's a
shooting.
Yeah, shooting. That's a little shooting, electrical shock, or that pain. I know, or sciatic, they might call it. And in my experience, it's always the nervous system that has a block on the energy, and I'm fixing them like within minutes. Hey, listen, if you're sitting at home thinking, I wonder if I should do it, just do it. Just check in with John and I. We want to help you. We want to become your practitioner. And we have time and room for you because it doesn't take a long time. A couple sessions, you could have your body in this area and others. On the bottom there, you can book John or I. If you go to michaelloche.com/live, there's lots of stuff on that page. There's the link to John's menu of things that he helps people with in my menu. There is our podcast, which has over 125,000 downloads or listens on iTunes and elsewhere. We have the 260 previous episodes that we've done. It's a full page. You know what? Have yourself a marathon and check out the Releasing Negative Emotion show. Again, the address was there, michaelloche.com/live. John, how are you doing at your end there?
Pretty good here. I do want to say hello to Natasha Paula Samuel. She is here. So thanks for joining us. And was nice enough to provide a link to your muscle testing.
The muscle testing course, thank you.
Course. Yeah. Else is here. Who else joined in? Dennis Parsons actually just joined in. Hey guys, I have energy issue. A little more context, maybe? Energy issue?
Yeah.
A little more details, please, Dennis. Oh, and Natasha says, Michael and John, I'm now back in the UK. Okay.
Hey, Natasha's been with us. She's helpful. She's been traveling, so thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And, after the live show, because here's what we're doing. We're going live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and then about an hour after the show, it gets uploaded to the podcast, and then we make a blog entry of it. So we will have thousands of people enjoying this episode over the next couple of months. And if that's you listening in, we would love to help you relieve pain. Now, Lynn, we won't know. John, it's very common that if somebody comes to us with pain in the moment, they feel the relief because we removed it. And this is a case where she didn't have the pain, so she has to go through that experience. Like, oh, it hurts in the morning, or it hurts overnight. So, Lynn, we'd love you to come back next week, or give us an update on the LinkedIn chat. I'm going to keep the post out there.
Good idea. Yeah, would love to hear back from you, Lynn.
Now, John, I'm thinking about another episode, and Dennis might be preluding that, and we see if we want to, if you want to go that direction. I do want to talk about absorbed emotions, and how they really drain our energy and manipulate our energy. But it looks like he has some back and neck pain there, which is a little off topic, but we can still help him with that, I think.
Definitely, yeah. So yeah, Dennis joined in. He's feeling drained, not sure why, and some neck pain. Likely.
So they could be doing different things. When he said drained, when someone says they're drained, I think, oh, that's an absorbed emotion. And there's the neck pain. So John, you choose which one, because today, again, we're here to show people how we can help. And people have neck pain, but some of them are feeling drained. Oh, by the way, we're doing the show on absorbed emotions before we're doing the show on absorbed emotion. But if you're one of those people that says something came over me, I've been real off the last week. Something came over me. I'm so jealous lately. And that means, in my world, that you've taken on this emotion from somebody else, and now it becomes part of you. So again, when you say this one, there's a part of me, in other words, it could be that. John, go ahead, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Dennis, give me a severity of the neck pain, scale of 1 to 10. 10 being, the worst pain ever. And feeling drained as well, like that lack of energy. Might be kind of tough to put a number on it, but if you can, that would be wonderful as well. The negative impact it's having on your life, feeling drained. Let's put it that way. I'm just going to have a little bit of water, and then I'll connect up to Dennis. Okay, so muscle testing. I'll try and keep my hands up so we can see. Dennis Parsons, get a good connection, tune in, connect up, act as a proxy, neck pain 7, drained 9, for sure. Good. So, let me just put my hands down here. Okay, so are we connected here, Dennis? Connect as a proxy, good. Okay, priority. Neck pain. We start with the neck pain. I'm getting yes. We're going to start with the neck pain. Feeling drained. No severity neck pain. I got 7 as well. Feeling drained, exhausted,
7.
fatigue.
The goal is 0. It's starting.
I got an 8.
What we can do.
So I got 7 for neck, 8 for drained. So we're right on point here. We agree. So is there a trapped emotion associated with this neck pain, Dennis? There's a trapped emotion associated with this neck pain. Yeah, we want to reduce, eliminate this neck pain. Yeah, so there's a trapped emotion. Is it in column A or column B? So it's in column B, odd. So B even. It's in B6. So there's 60 emotions on the emotion code chart. And we just narrowed it down to 5. It is, just got my chart right here. Is it the first one? Pride, shame, shock. So it's shock. Do we need no more? Don't need to know more about shock. So I got my magnet release.
And with
Shock.
the emotion code, we can only delete the emotion when we know its name. So that's why John had to find out what it's called. And in this case, the subconscious mind said, you got the right one. You don't need to ask more questions. That's in my cartoon head. That's why John said, do I need to know anything else?
It's just habit. That's what how we got trained. Do we need to know more? Basically, you're getting extra permission from the subconscious before clearing it. And then we double check that shock is cleared. Yeah. If we did need to know more, we can grab an age. Oh, you were, like 22 or you're 49 or whatever it may be. Anyways, that's cleared. People like to know the ages. They'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was a tough few years. Yeah. Dennis, is there another trapped emotion associated with his neck pain? Yeah. Column A. Be odd. Even. 5. Terror or terrified. Okay. So I like when people say like anxiety. I'm just anxious, uneasy. Terror comes up. I'm like, that's like anxiety, but like, like way over. Same with panic.
Well, a lot of people call everything anxiety, right? It's like earlier I said we carry stress on our shoulders.
Yeah.
There's no emotion called stress. But stress is the word we use because we don't know the name. Like people are getting it. Oh, so it's really a feeling, a physical feeling, and we call it stress. But we got to find out what is it called exactly to delete it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, like your medical doctor, my medical doctor, be like, oh, how much stress do you have in your life? And it's kind of like, well, that's your reaction to what's going on in your life, and your reaction is triggered by these, because these are trapped emotions, right? So you can.
The question should be, what are the trapped emotions that you've been carrying your whole life that are unprocessed, that are triggering every time and getting you angry, pissed off?
Right. Yeah.
That's what we do. We can find out what it is. Look, just a little sidebar. If you have little bouts of anger and jealousy, my experience is it's the same an emotion every time. There's not 20 of them. It's one. And it pops up and it pops up and it pops up. Well, guess what? We're the deleters. John, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So I asked a lot of questions in my head and I just found unsupported. Clearing unsupported. Cleared out. Okay. So kind of a casual little session here for Dennis. But yeah, I haven't even checked in with him yet. And already he's saying,
give you an update.
He's giving us an update. OMG, my neck is feeling really warm now. So going back to, the little ball, where's your little ball? It's in the neck. It's blocking that flow of energy. It's imbalancing maybe the nervous system. It's, there's a lot of blood flow in the neck, like a lot. And if you have, trapped emotions, like 3 in the neck, it's going to cause pain. It's going to, restrict blood flow. So now that they're gone, the blood flow can keep going. I find when I work with people on anything like neck pain, shoulder pain, clear out trapped emotions, a better vision, more clarity, and just everything seem like more crisp now. Yeah. It's because you're getting more blood flow to the brain.
And
yeah.
Did I tell you I was interviewed by a radio DJ and her jaw was really sore? So she had me on hold and I worked, and it was my friend, I worked on her jaw and her left jaw, right jaw, they were out of alignment. They were crooked with these. So I did a session with her and she comes back during the commercial and said, hey, we're getting ready to go. I said, move your jaw around. And she starts swearing like an old trooper. I said, oh my God. And she's had it for years. So yes, we can do that.
Yep. Okay, there's another unsupported. All right, release that now. Okay, that's cleared.
Yeah. I'm going to tap into Herman that asked a question because I'm going to need more information, so it'll be ready when you're done there, John. But Herman's asking, does the emotion code help with bipolar? So John and I work on symptoms. So without using the word bipolar, what are some of the things that you're doing that makes you call it bipolar? For example, people say they have arthritis. We don't know what that means. But if you say your knuckles hurt, we know what that means, or your elbows hurt. So calling it arthritis, we don't work with that. So again, what are the symptoms of what you're calling bipolar? And John, back to you.
So still working with Dennis and his neck pain. I guess if you've got like a restricted blood flow in the neck too, you could make you kind of tired as well. Neck pain severity is that 2 or higher? No. Is it a 0? No. So it's a 1. Another trapped emotion associated with this neck pain. I got no to that. Any misalignments? No. Trauma chart? Yes. The trauma chart, column A, column B, column C, column B odd, B even, 2, 4, B4. I do not have the trauma chart in front
Which
of
number?
me.
B, C, is it B4 or C4?
B4. There's 5.
B4 is frustration, the trauma of frustration.
Oh, no, not yet. I haven't found it yet. No, the column B, row 4.
Column B. Okay, sorry. And there's 5 words in there. Yeah.
There's 5 in there, right? Is it the first one, second one, third one, fourth one?
The 4th one? Okay.
No, not yet. 5th one? No, I'm still asking.
Take a sip of water. That'll strengthen your test.
That's what I do. So that's what it is. So it's absorbed, and it was number 3. So absorbed 3 and B4.
B4 3. Is that true?
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. Clear that.
Absorb blasphemy.
Okay. Clear that. Absorb blasphemy. All right. Release. Okay, is that cleared? Yeah. Okay, I'll just let that go for now. I think that's good for the neck. Yeah. And then I want to check the severity on feeling drained because I want to see if there's some, benefit in there. Feeling drained. Is that we started at, I think it was an 8. Is it still an 8? No. So is it 7 or 6? Severity feeling drained, 6 or 5. I got 5. So there's a little bit of benefit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when these get moved, then energy starts to flow. So you might see some results if you go there.
Yeah. Good. Let's see. Dennis, any severity on the neck? I mean, feeling warm? Is there any less pain? Is there a severity?
He's thirsty.
You're thirsty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So drink lots of water.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do we get an update from Herman here?
Yes, we did. And I'm glad that I asked because you and I, we know these. Feeling flat, not much motivation, feeling no purpose, marital discord. In our world, that has nothing to do with, what
that's great. Yeah. I want to be,
these are all symptoms. Feeling flat, probably absorbed emotions, not much motivation. Yeah. So all of that is very possible to do. When you work with John and I, it's really helpful to bring a bulleted list like this. Feeling flat, not much motivation. I don't feel like you have a purpose. I'm having marital problems. I have a habit of not returning phone calls. And they could be little 2-minute things or they could be 10-minute things. You bring a list and then we figure out how much we can do on the first visit and the second visit. So we'd love to help you, Herman. Again, I'm just going to quickly show, if I can find it, I'm going to quickly show on the bottom there, go to michaellozier.com/live and you can check out both John and I services there. John, we've got an update. You've got an update from Dennis. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Dennis is saying, OMG, neck feels so much better. Thank you so much. Maybe a 3 or a 4. So it's coming down. That's good.
Okay, good stuff.
Good. Thanks for coming in, Dennis.
Good stuff. Well, today, today is the first of the month, and I have what's called it's a monthly VIP club. And listen, Captain Obvious, what does it mean? Well, it means we meet once a month. And during this once-a-month session, I have 15 people, and it's going to be tonight, Saturday night. I have 15 people in the club. Everybody will have these sessions tonight. Half of them won't attend because I'm going to do theirs right after. So if you're joining the club, you join me live. I do it between 5 and 6. If you're not able to attend, some people are working or live in another country, I do your session. Here's all the things these people will receive tonight. Number 1, I'm going to identify and remove all the absorbed emotions that they picked up. Number 2, I'm going to release their heart wall with the world, with money, with their spouse. I'm going to release the energy that causes procrastination, negative self-talk, and low self-esteem. And the mother. Well, you know which one I'm going to do at the end, John. Tell me, what's my fave?
Creative insecurity.
Creative insecurity. It's a ball of energy that arises every time you say you want to do something, step up or move forward or create or develop. So if you've been plotting and planning and not getting stuff done, meet with me once a month. It's a 3-month commitment for $139. It takes about 2 minutes. So you could join live, get your session done. You will feel relief that day, or I will do your session an hour after, or right after the group. I put the address down there below.
Right.
Okay, and I'm going to repost John's website here, aliveandpure.com. John, if it's somebody's first session and think, well, how do I get from here to being with you on the video or the telephone? Just walk through a couple of the steps.
Yeah, so we have online scheduling, really easy to use, smooth to use. So find the online calendar, find a day, time that works for you. We offer multiple session bundles, packages. Recommend that to start, as a lot of the magic happens in that second, third session. And if you'd like to do a video session, just let us know. Send you a link to the Zoom or phone call as well. And if you can't make it to either video or phone, we can do an email session, and we'll just work on you the scheduled time and let you know when it's done. Send you the session notes. And so it's really simple to use. Yeah, I'm at aliveandpure.com. Michael is at michaellozier.com.
Your experience will be different than other forms of healthcare that you might have had. In other words, we don't need a lot of story and a lot of intake. We just need to know, oh, this hurts. Do we need to know why? We're sympathetic to it, but let's just delete it, right? Like Dennis today, he didn't need to tell us a story about he did this or fell off of something or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's okay, but we don't need that. So come prepared, bring a list. We're going to talk these terms because our goal is always 0. So, get used to saying what a 10 is and what a 0 is.
Yeah.
And we're going to be your new best friend because we're going to fix all the things, either the mental challenges you're having, the physical challenges, the things around your business you're not picking up and growing and attracting. It's all these others right here, this one and this one and all of them. And we are the emotion leaders. John, what would you like to say to wrap up today?
Well, thanks for everyone for coming in, joining, and our volunteers. We're here to help. We are experienced practitioners, fast, efficient, effective, and we look forward to working with you.
I love when I get a new client and they said, "Oh, I found the Bro Show." That's what we used to call it years ago. And they said, "I watched about 20 of them." So good thing they're pretty short. Today's 38 minutes, but normally they're 30 minutes. So go on, give yourself a marathon and get inspired about how we can help you live a better life with more flexibility and clarity and relationships and money, all of it. John, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. We'll see you the first Saturday of every month, 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 noon Eastern. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.